Welcome. My name is Dr. Pauline Crawford-Omps, and I'm delighted to share with you some ideas around how we create a new narrative. Creating a new narrative is a passion of mine about real synergy between men and women across the whole globe and using gender dynamics as a methodology. Let me explain. I believe that we have the opportunity today to actually really add a touch of magic as women and men together. I've been studying this for the last 30 years, and in my experience, there's a real synergy that we can create today. You are the most important cog in the wheel of the whole world, along with everyone else. And I believe in designing the future together. What I mean by that is not just men and women, but all diversity, all cultures, all generations, all sexual preferences, all abilities and disabilities. We're in this together. A new map, not the old one. I will explain a little more about that. And how do we know each other yet for a future that we co-create? I don't believe we do quite understand each other yet. And my theory is that once we know ourselves, we can tune into others and create a new narrative. And in this short presentation, I'm going to explain what I mean. So knowing yourself is the first place, tuning into others is the second, creating the new narrative and our new world is the third. And this is called value creation. Don't let others' perceptions define your own journey. And let's make judgments about other people, because we're all different, as we see in the illustration on the bottom right. And this is words that have come out of many conversations that my tribe have had across the world. It is about women, it is about communication, it's about men, it's equality and equity, it's deeper communications. All of these words are really important. So how do we go about this? Well, let's look at some fundamentals. Essentially, men and women are different. And we're going to start there with biology. And I will come to all the other diversities next. But fundamentally, we're designed to be male and female, task and relationship. But we're not all the same men and we're not all the same women. So my research and my study and my client work has enabled me to understand that as well as male and female, we are also in a whole 360-degree view of masculine and feminine energy. And defining masculine energy is in our masculine mind, our logic, our thinking, our process, and feminine in our intuition, our feeling, our verbal dexterity. And what I discovered was that I was a masculine-minded female. Oh, that was great. I understood my circular menstrual way of feeling, of being, and multitasking, all the things that I knew were true to being a female, but I had this masculine mind, and I honor it in the way I behave. My masculine-minded partners in men are similar to me, but their fundamental operating pattern is much more square. So inside that square box is a very either-or operating pattern. You could relate the square operating pattern of men to a PC and the circular one for women as a Mac. But the programs we have to be defined also by a feminine female and a feminine-minded male. So as I discovered this, I thought, well, this is exciting because there are actually 4 archetypes within this 360-degree assessment and communication strategy tool. So let me introduce you to them. The ruler is our masculine-minded male. Now, he can be positive or negative, but he's very in his square. He likes to get things right. He does a lot of action. He's real action man. The magician, like myself, has got that masculine energy, but it's in the circle. So I still get very active, but I have that nurturing relationship base. And of course, the feminine-minded male picks up much of what the ruler does, but he's much more of a feminine mind, that intuition, that feeling, that verbal dexterity. And the sovereign is that nurturing female, the feminine-minded female. Now, all of this is about core behavior. It's not about gender identity. Anybody on the map can be any version of LBGT, and I work with all those clients. And what's exciting about the map is that my LGBT clients love it because they're included. We so often isolate some of these differences without really understanding what we're doing. So when we look at how we converse, I started looking at the very direct nature of the male. So whether the ruler or the philosopher, they have that direct energy, either or. And more in the female, we have a much more circular variety, a flexible, a flow. When you ask a group of women to speak, they will often say, well, it's like this and this and this and this. It's about ebb and flow and mixtures. And men will often say it's either or, it's 1, 2, 3, it's yes, no. Now, of course, there are variations on this theme. These are archetypes to help us direct our attention into that middle space. So let's look at it in another way. The masculine energy is like yang, and the feminine energy is yin, and these two come together to make the whole. So if we're going to be in unison across the world, then we want to know where we start. So if men in general are thinking in boxes, they maybe direct their life in that sort of way. And when feminine females are looking at their energy, they may be very circular. It may look like this. So if we look at the ruler and the sovereign as those maybe atypical male and female role models we've had in the past, now we have another set, which is the masculine-minded female, the magician, remember, who's got that baseline of circular motion, but has some logical boxes in her head. And the philosopher who is taking on board that intuitive energy of the feminine. Now, any of the characters here can know themselves, can tune into others, can create new narratives. And this is where we can have gender dynamic, intelligent conversations, dare I say, magical conversations, without judgment, without getting angry about a topic, and without trying to control other people. Because anybody in this circuit can be old or young. They can be black or white. They can come from different cultures to different parts of the world. They can be anywhere in the sexual orientation spectrum, LBGT and all, because we're in this map together. Now, the way we converse across this, that takes time to understand. And in my classes, I help people to understand the blockages and the obstacles. Because when we get it right, when we really tune in, remember, tune in to others, we get a sense of the difference and we love it because it's magical. And what's fascinating in my research is there's a physical component to this. And what I find is that when people are more masculine energy, whether they're male or female, they have a straighter structure in their skeleton. I will leave that to intrigue you. We can see in the structure of their skeleton and in their face shape and hand shape where you are on this dimension. But in order to find out more, come and talk to me and come to my classes. So what I discovered was that we're all on the map. Of course we are. We're all human beings. So being on this map and understanding this underlying operating pattern, we can make a huge expansion on life at work, how business runs and how social lives run, how our family units run. And we've now got a world where we need to tune into a new narrative which enables us to understand remote working at home, social distancing, hybrid working, mothers and children and fathers and business all coming into the same mix. The map is there to help us communicate, and that is the main theme of my work. Gender dynamics intelligence, it's about an intelligence to be more, do more, and have more abundance together. You might be in an all-male firm, you might be in an all-male family unit, you might be in a female-only business, you may be in a mixed male and female, different generational, different diversity business. What the best mix is, I don't know. My guess is It's attributing a very full and abundant diversity and knowing what everybody's strengths are, not just as gender dynamic, intelligent types, but getting to know them better about their personality and the things that drive them and motivate them. This is all part of the process of understanding real synergy, because real synergy is genuine, it's authentic, it's positive. It helps us to deal with the bumps in the road, because there will be bumps, there will be disruptions, there will be anxiety and uncertainty, and dare I say, a chaos. So chaos stands for choice. What do you choose when you're facing the challenge? The H is harmony, is how do you harness and harmonize what's around you? The A is attracting the right people to your team. The O is optimizing everybody inside your organization, your family unit, your association. And S is synergy. Keep on focus on that word, because we have a very different world to deal with now. We're at home, we're on computers, we're on vision, and real synergy is a dynamic. It's a dynamic between human beings and the life that we would like to live post-pandemic in a world which is focused on you and who you are. My goal is to help you understand this language, to give you personal power, authentic confidence, new ways to talk, energize your communication, and an ease of communication in connectivity and genuine relationships. If this is what you would like, get in touch with me. We want to create our future together, bringing your knowledge, your experience, and your imagination together for the power of who you are and what you want to achieve in the world. At Corporate Art International, we have a series of interventions. We have masterclasses where we go through these 6 series, which you can see on the screen. We take the value creation cycle. We understand the gender dynamics map. We then look at how you build relationships and all the principles for best partnerships, which may well be in business or at home. And then how to magnetize and monetize your communication and deliver you business and life growth strategies. Have you got a growth mind? If you have, then this is important. One-on-one relationships we can manage, and also we have business development programs which will enable your culture to be the best it can be, because you understand that people matter. My name is Dr. Pauline Crawford-Omps, and I am delighted to be with you. I am known as the Ambassador of Magical Conversations, and I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation and that you will find time to put magic into your life. Thank you.